Alright, you guys, what's up? It's been a minute. Um, I'm making this video right here because there's a stock that I'm in that I've been watching that is a part of, my whole journey here. It's called Tup, right? And what it is basically the Tupperware, people that make the plastic containers. So anyway, there's something that I think is going on in this stock, right? And now this is opinion, so it's not financial advice. This is my personal opinion. Um, my trade, okay, it's a good setup. There's a couple of reasons why I like this stock. Okay, I'm gonna tell you for one, the setup. Okay, so where it's at right now, okay, it's basically at you know resistance levels, and I'm gonna draw with you guys. So, and I'll explain it. So, a resistance level is like if a stock, if you see all these bounces, like along, I want to say the majority of the bounces take off right around here at this 617 level, right? So, I mean, you could bring it down here, but let's just say right here, just because that's where the most respect is given to it, alright? So, resistance level just means when you hear this, like, whenever a stock gets to this point, 617, typically, it has trouble getting over that. So, people use it to trade in multiple ways, like you get to resistance line, boom, that's where they take a put because they think the stock's going to go back down to its support line. Now, support is the opposite of resistance, just remember that. So support would be, somewhere like right here, at 449, because there's a lot of respect there for a support. But it will also be around here, this level, 761. Okay, so that's resistance and support. It's your free lesson for today. Now back to it. Tupperware, it's set up good, right? So I like where it's at. It's at this resistance level, right? Pretty close. 538. It was at 591 today. But the way it's been moving, this thing's been moving like 26, 50, 70% a day, okay? And this had like 4 or 5 days. Now, staying focused on the fundamental side, what I see for it to look good. I see, first of all, you crack this, it's at $5.38. So the freedom that you would have is up to like $7.47. That alone is about a 53, 54% gain. 538 to 74, 53, 54, maybe even 34. Either way, um, just a guess. That's a big move, right? Because this thing trades with options. Not only that, it's only $5, and you can, it's not a lot if you just played shares. So I'm doing both. Now after this part, what I like about the setup is freedom to run. Okay, so after you crack the 761 level, there's nothing to really stop you until around, you might get something here at 1039. Let's go ahead and mark these just to see it in the future. You might get something right about here, and I don't even believe in that all the way. Let's see. Let me expand the time frame so I can see, give you a better picture of how this looks. Look at this. Look at that. So they're off a little bit, but it is uncanny how good the support, the resistance is. Let's go like right here. What is that? 650. I like that. So this right here, even this level, look. Now this gap up. Well, we'll talk about that later. All gaps get filled on major stocks. This isn't a major stock, I don't think. Now that's the next part of this. Okay, so let me speed up here. Anyway, you get to this next resistance at 1040, and by the way, from $5 to 1040, that's 100% gain. So that's fantastic. So the next level would be like literally right here around. Let's not even say that. Let's say it's probably around like 12 right here. And these are little choppy ones, right? Because I'm trying to grab for a speed move, like a fast move. Not only that, but then you got this gap that has never been filled on this stock. And from what I've seen, it looks like it respects gaps tremendously. Okay, crazy. So the gap is all the way up to $17. This is 300% at this point in time, right? So either way, not only that, but let's say, let me show you what I saw when I first looked at it. Probably got to go even bigger. So this is what I first saw, right? Look at this pattern. It's the same type of pattern. This move took it from 92 cents to $39. 2020, 2020, same year. This happened. This took 8 months to do that. Let's see here. From where it is now to this $5 level, it took this stock 3 months to get to that. We did that same type of move, bigger move, um, in 14 days. I like this. All right. I like the pattern that I see here, and I will do this for you guys because we just did support and resistance. So this would obviously be one because it's just glaring at me. Okay. This would be one. And then, I mean, you could technically go, you know, boom, 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 boom. But either way, major ones. I draw too many support and resistance line. That's just my thing. Either way, okay, you get to this one, and this opens the gate to $10. Okay, so this is what I'm showing you is that it looks like it's just now getting started. Okay, it's ridiculous this way wise. But what I really saw was this, just like the last pattern. Do you see this? I feel like it'd be more like this. Let's just do it over here like this. Let's do the most respected. That's right around there, right? Let's do that like right there. Okay, I saw, like a little channel that it was in that it broke out of. Trying to see if I really want to draw all that. I don't want to draw all that, but just you see that line, the same type of line for if I drew it over here, right? And that is break, had this little consolidation right here on it, and you know, slower move. This is more explosive. So now on to, technically, fundamentally, cool. I mean, you want me to pull up the indicators that I'll do them real fast. Okay, stochastics just tells you typically when I use it for the momentum in the stock when it's shifting, and that tells me that it's kicking up. CCI tells me overbought, oversold, and it's oversold. Okay, which means it's overbought, which means a couple of things. Most people who literally watch these just specific indicators are like, it's overbought, I would chill. Or they would buy puts. They would actually short this, especially this stock. This is Tupperware. Like, you use it, $1 billion company, okay? But they don't, like, they've been worth nothing for forever. They've just been constantly going down in money since 2018, okay? Either way, you get something going on. First of all, this can be a double bottom from this one right here, kum kum, and then this one over here. That would be a double bottom if this thing goes up from here. Explosive for the stock. Listen, technically, I can keep going. I can bring you the what is it, the MACD. Look at it for a week. It's starting up. You look at it for a day. It's probably already going up. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. That's heavy pressure. There's something going on in the stock, okay? There's something else that's here that we're going to talk about. But there's no other. Okay, so you guys, you get the point. I use RSI too, but you can only imagine what that's going to look like over here. It's going to look crazy. Through the roof. So technicals right now for this, I just go off the chart. The chart looks good. I got a double bottom setup with a break of this descending channel, okay? So I got that stuff going for us. Me, whatever. But so the key thing about this play. So word around town, from what I can get. Actually, I can't even. I'll say word around town, but it's very hush. Like I don't even know if I'd say word around town. I feel like everybody's been trying to figure out what's been going on with this stock. Like nobody knows what's going on. And that tells you a couple of things. One, you know, is it is something going on inside of the company? And I could see why some people would be like, it's nothing, nothing, whatever. What I'm going to tell you is they actually have earnings coming up tomorrow. Okay, and so something that's interesting is, um, or a possibility, this stock was 92 cents 5 days ago, 6 days ago, 61 cents 6 days ago. Okay, it is now at $5.38. Now everybody's looking at the 5.38 and they're like, "Oh, we're up a whole dollar. That's cool." What I'm going to tell you is that'll come into later. Okay, so basically, I'm thinking there's a couple things that could be going down. One, your insiders would get the news before you do on what's about to happen. Two, people in the market play games for what they're trying to do. So there's two possibilities of their earnings tomorrow after hours would be total tank. They're going into bankruptcy, and there's been people, you know, pushing the stock up for this move to run the options all the way up so they can get, first of all, they'll front run the trade because they're doing it, and I'm sure they have help. Second of all, when it's done and they already know, they'll flip it. Okay, so they'll go put, so they're short. So instead of getting shorting a $61 stock or a 61 cent stock, down to 30 cents because they're about to come out with bankruptcy, they pushed up $6, $7, short you at $6, $7. It's a lot more money. It's a lot more meat on the bone, and it's worth it, right? To do it like that. Um, However, I don't. It's a possibility for there's they call it bankruptcy on their earnings, right? There's always a bad possibility, and typically you do not hold stocks through earnings. You just don't do it. If you do, you're gambling because you don't know what you're gonna get, and you can wake up down 20, 30% on a play. It's happened to me tons of times. It's happened to me the other way a couple of times, but it's a gamble. I don't do that a lot, but sometimes I do. You guys see it. But I'd like to believe I have good intuition. So that's the bad side. Good side, these guys are getting bought out, right? Possibility. Like, I don't know. This is my opinion. I'm just laying them out. This is how I think. Somebody's buying them out. The insiders know, so they're scooping them up for the low. Not only do they know, but other people on the market know. Okay, and this is why I'm going to tell you why for this theory. When you hear penny stock, there's a definition for it. Okay, so it's any stock that's below $5, right? Once you crack the $5 threshold, you are now not a penny stock. Okay, so why is that significant? What that basically means is that at that point in time, there's certain money managers, there's certain pension funds, there's certain whatever that they have rules to what they can invest in, and in those rules for a lot of those companies, the bulk of them is they can't buy or trade penny stocks. Okay, so you crack the $5 level, and here's the thing: you can't just touch it and be like, oh, okay, I'm not a penny stock. No, you have to trade above the $5 range or in the $5 range for a day. Okay, so the day before their earnings for tomorrow, and it's after hours, stock not only ran all the way up in 6 days and hasn't had a down day in 6 days, crazy numbers, not just 10, 20 cents, no, dollars for a 61-cent stock. Now, money managers, pension fund managers, anybody who would know before anybody else on Wall Street that knows anything, now they are ready. They get a cushion the whole night. They already got their plan if that's the case to invest into this stock. They're free to do it. Okay, so that gives me more inclination that they have something coming up on earnings that is going to be along the lines of buyout or something to really push it to get it go. Okay, now here's the other thing that could be going on with this stock, right? These guys were about to get knocked off to the exchange into the OTC markets, okay, for being below a dollar for like 30 days, 90 days, whatever the rule is. I don't know what it is off the top of the head, but it's like that, okay? So they're about to get knocked off. So whether I don't care who you are, you're in the market. There's short sellers in the market. Not all short sellers are bad. It's part of the market. You play. You're not supposed to be one sided. You're not supposed to die. Whatever. The reality is there's nefarious people. There's bad actors everywhere in life. They're definitely here in the stock market. Okay. And they're not possibly even the big guys. Sometimes you get small guys on the hook, okay? GTII, FNGR. It's all over the market, man. It's all over the market. It's why this is all. That's another story. Um, Either way, you had a group in here that was shorting this stock and trying to get it delisted. Why would they do that? When you get delisted from here to the OTC markets, I don't even. I gotta check on that before. Well, I'll say it, but word is that they get, if you had a short position and they get put to the OTC markets and you cover, you don't have to pay taxes on that money. Now it could be that, or they have to go through bankruptcy, which is why I said this could be a bankruptcy play. It looks like somebody's been trying to mess with this since in 2019, 2020. Okay, it looks like somebody has been in this, but this is weird. This whole initial move and then this right here, this walk down, that's not normal. Like you can say that here, it doesn't look normal. The stock doesn't trade normal. This is regular stock, 61 cent, and it follows gap rules. That means that somebody is trading. There's a lot of activity going on in this stock. Okay, that's what I think. Now, if somebody is shorting it and they got caught trying to push it into OTC, they got caught back there like destroyed. Okay, so boom, momentum there. You possibly have a bigger group of people trapped in there than I think that is being led on. Okay, that and regular people that trade stocks that short, especially people in the market, they'll see a stock like this, it's up 70, 80%. Guess what they're doing? What is this piece of trash? Let's short it. 10 million, 1 million, whatever. They're going to short it. Now, here's the thing. They don't know what all is going on. They don't look into a stock like that. They just see the stock. They know the name. Oh, that's not normal. Short it. Good pick. But that is probably what happened for these past 6 days. But that wasn't make sense for 3 days in a row. After 3 days of seeing people get burnt, I'm pretty sure they would be like, maybe we shouldn't mess with this just yet. They can see these. They have algorithms. Something else is going on here. That's what I think. Okay, so I think honestly, you have that. You have the built-in people shorting it on top of that. So I think you get a short squeeze here on a decently low flow, okay, because this thing was in the 61 cents range with options that are already in the money from last week, so you're getting a little gamma that probably hasn't even showed up yet. It would have been probably today T plus 2 unless they got stuff held for the rest of the week, which possibility. And then the hidden fact of what if their earnings are good and they're getting bought out and people already know. Here's how I'm gonna find out. If I think it's all three of those combined into one. I don't think that you have anything bad. Me, my personal opinion. That's why I'm long on it. But I'm gonna watch it. I don't think you have anything bad that's gonna take this thing down. Okay, it could be a giant setup, but I don't think they would play around with letting them actually not be a penny stock. I don't think anybody's even talking about that. There's gonna be a lot of buying into the stock if I'm right tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking. If not, I'll evaluate from there. I won't sell off, but this is a guess. It's not supposed to be a guess, but I like to break these down to show you guys what I'm thinking and how you can possibly find it for yourself in the future. And I could be wrong, but if you just sit on the sidelines, I mean, you can't really comment on what the players are doing. You can't. It just doesn't. I can't take you seriously. You have to be here. Okay, you're good. You're good. You tell me what. Yeah, okay, but you can't be on the sideline trying to tell me what's going on here. Okay, because it's interesting. But so yeah, I think you have a regular squeeze with regular shares, even though the hard to borrow fee is not up, but the cost to borrow is actually up. They're just not. Apparently, the shares aren't hard to find yet. Okay, I doubt that. But that's what's actually making me feel better about this because people are still doing it. People are still shorting this. I guarantee you, if you looked up the short interest percentage for the day trading for the past 6 days, it's probably still 40 to 60%. I guarantee you somebody's holding it back a little bit. Okay, the volume is crazy, and so I think this is still building, right? So short squeeze, and I think there is possibly even a bigger naked short squeeze, counterfeit shares, in this because there's counterfeit shares everywhere, and it looks like somebody tried to start killing this back again. I'm sure if I looked up, if they have any people that loan them money and then looked up those people up, I might be able to find something. From what I see right here, this is not normal. It doesn't look normal at all. It looks like somebody tried to kill the stock, lost control, and then tried to kill him again. It's funny because they had their run right before that one. But either way, so massive potential one real squeeze going on with the real people trying to short this thing down, but they can't. Another potential scary short squeeze, naked squeeze on the side. And then on top of that, good news possibly from earnings. Okay. And I think that is the case. Plus a short squeeze, mini short squeeze is what you're seeing right now. If it's going to be a bigger short squeeze, you'll know. But that's what I think. Um, and I'll get confirmation from yesterday for tomorrow. If we open up, we trade, I don't care. If you come and you cross the 651 and you just trade and stay in the 7 to 8, this one right here, this little bit of resistance right here, you cross that 6 to 8, you get $7 to $8 tomorrow, or 10, $7 to $8. I see reasonably. It can go to, if you see that somebody big is buying the stock, and it's because they can now buy it because they're actually not a penny stock anymore. And if people are buying it, you're not just going to be sure. They have some funds that are set up to automatically buy stocks that do this, do that. Cool. But like that, no. You have somebody here that knows something that we don't. Okay, and then you'll find out in after hours if it's true or not. That's what I see with this. Okay, this is what I'm watching. My options. I think I got options for. It's definitely the 4th. It might be next week. Might be next week. I think it's the 4th and next week. But either way, you know, no, it's definitely this week, front week. It's this week for. I see. I thought I picked 6-5 or 7. 6-5 or 7. So for tomorrow, I'm gonna really see how that plays out. But they're still up right now because it's been moving pretty good. I'll just sell them off. But yeah, I like this. I like this setup. I think it's bigger than it looks. And I'll give you a price target if you actually stayed here and watched this thing. I honestly think this is gonna be a $20 stock in about 2 weeks. I think it's gonna be a $20 stock. And I'm being 2 weeks. $20, yeah, I'm probably being, it could probably go higher than that, but I'm seeing $20 from if this scenario plays out, okay? But I'm taking profits here, taking profits somewhere in here, taking profits in here. You got to do that. You can't just hold this thing and try to get this move. It's not gonna happen, man. Next time around, though, make your money. Now you get a bigger pot to play with when you go to the next play, and there are always next plays, just like this. It just came out of nowhere, but $20, man. I think there's something going on here, and we're gonna find out. But thank you guys for listening to this. I hope that you learned something from this, and I hope that you'll be able to help your situation or gain confidence, whatever the excuse may be to do whatever you already need to do. Okay, I hope it helps do that. So, signing off. Appreciate it.